Hey there, welcome back. Today we're diving deep into one of the wildest, most emotional and controversial topics out there, digital resurrection. Imagine being able to talk with, or even see a digital version of a loved one who's passed away. It sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi flick, but thanks to AI it's happening right now. So let's unpack this together. We'll look at what digital resurrection actually is, how it affects us emotionally, ethically, and even legally, and why it's sparking heated debates worldwide. What exactly is digital resurrection? So what is digital resurrection? Think of it as technology's attempt to bring back parts of people we've lost. AI now has the power to recreate the voice, personality, and even the appearance of someone who's passed away. It's done by analyzing old videos, recordings, and messages to piece together a digital version of them. In a Spanish TV show, people actually heard their late loved ones' voices asking them deeply personal questions. You can imagine the impact. It's like bringing a piece of them back to life, if only for a moment. Why are people so torn over this? This whole concept of talking to the dead through AI has opened a Pandora's box of questions. First up, the emotional impact. Hearing a loved one's voice again, or seeing them, even if it's digital, can be comforting. But it also brings back memories and emotions that can be really intense. It might give people comfort, but it might also reopen old wounds and make it harder to move on. And here's the philosophical question: what does it mean for someone to exist? Is this AI recreation a real continuation of them, or just a faint echo? Are we connecting with a true part of the person, or is it just a trick that gives us a temporary feeling of closeness? AI can mimic the way they talk, but it's still not them. At best, it's a shadow of voice without the depth of the real person. Does digital resurrection mess with our memories? Memory is flexible, it grows and adapts with us over time. But when we keep interacting with a digitally recreated version of someone, we risk distorting our own memories. We might find ourselves focusing more on the AI recreation than on the real person we knew, turning our memory of them into something fixed and artificial. The AI version is only a collection of data, things they once said or did, not the full, ever-changing person. If we hold on to that digital version, are we honoring their memory, or are we just trapping ourselves in the past? Does this change how we see identity? Identity isn't just someone's voice or appearance, it's the entire web of experiences, relationships, and emotions that make them who they are. When we recreate someone digitally, we might think we're capturing their essence. But in reality, we're more likely to create a version that aligns with our wishes rather than with who they truly were. So when we talk to these AI versions, we're not actually connecting with the real person, just a digital shadow that lacks the complexity of human life. How does this impact grieving? Grief is painful, but it's also necessary. It's how we process the reality of loss and eventually find peace. But digital resurrection could throw a wrench into that healing process. Imagine being able to hold on to an AI version of someone indefinitely. You'd never fully face their absence, and that could keep you from moving forward. It's completely normal to want to keep our loved ones close, but does holding on to a digital version help, or does it hold us back from accepting their passing? Ethics and consent, who decides if it's okay? There's a huge ethical question here. If we're recreating someone who's passed on, who gets to decide if that's okay? They can't tell us if they're comfortable with being digitally resurrected. And what about their loved ones? Should they have a say? Consent is a big issue. The person isn't here to give permission, so we're left wondering whether it's fair to bring someone back in any form without their consent. The business side profiting from grief. Now let's talk money. Technology companies see this as an opportunity to cash in. Imagine being able to buy a digital version of someone you've lost. But isn't there something unsettling about the idea of profiting off grief? Grieving is such an intimate, vulnerable process. Should companies be allowed to step in and make money off of it? Some say this is a line that shouldn't be crossed, as it's taking advantage of people's emotions at one of the most painful times in their lives. The paradox: does digital resurrection actually help? Here's the final twist, the paradox of it all. Digital resurrection feels like it brings us closer to the people we've lost. But does it really? Or does it just keep reminding us that they're gone? Trying to replace a loved one with an AI version might offer some temporary comfort, but it doesn't fill the void they left. No matter how advanced this technology gets, an AI replica can never fully capture the depth, emotion, and richness of a real human being. It's fascinating and futuristic, but we need to ask ourselves, does it actually help, or does it end up deepening our grief? Wrapping up, what's your take? So there you have it, a look at the highs and lows of digital resurrection. Is it a way to honor those we've lost or a barrier to moving forward? Is it comfort or a mirage? I'd love to hear what you think. Would you want to interact with a digital version of someone you've lost, or would you prefer to let your memories change and grow naturally? If this topic got you thinking, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.